Hey, welcome to week 3. We made it, guys, and I have never felt better than this week. The previous 2 weeks, we're feeling it out, but right now, I am pumped. I'm feeling more in shape. I'm feeling more in control, and we finally started touching into some level 3 skills. So I won't give any spoilers away, but it was a very productive week, and I hope you guys enjoy. So let's dive right into it. And we're off into high bar. So this first turn, it might sound like a lot. It's going to be a Coleman, a straddle to a straddle half. And, these are, my level 2 skills, which I acquired over the past couple weeks. So I didn't feel like I really needed to separate these into individual turns. Let's just start condensing all the skills that I've already acquired into sequences so I can take more specified individual turns on the harder skills. And so I repeated that Coleman so that I could feel that out, and that layout Takachev was good. So I can get into the level 3 skills and take some more difficult turns. And we're gonna throw our first Casino right there. And not bad for a first one, but I'm gonna really try focusing up on this second one. And as you're gonna see, I really am not a fan because I'm bending my knees right here, 1/10. I'm bending my knees on the kick and toes a little bit for 3/10 for a G skill, which, to me, when I do the math, I might as well just do a Kovacs at this point. So it was a little frustrating, but I didn't want to overdo it for day 1. Just kept it to 2, but decided let's go for the Liukin because I wanted to have some energy for it, and I loved that one. Felt so good, so I was like, Andre, let me catch this next one. And so I go for it. Kick, really good throw, great quick snap. And right there, go take it, dude. Take it. No! Decided to dino arm it. Very unfortunate, but I was so close. I was like, all right, I was only going to do 2. Let's do 3 because I'm feeling it. And on this one, I just kick way too late. Little too far, not enough turn. And I was like, all right, yeah, I think I've really gassed myself out on these big skills. Let's start into the later half of our turn. I decided to do full difficulty second half so that when I do go for the endurance routine, I'm going to learn from last week's mistakes. I'm not going to go for the full second half in the routine. I'm going to warm it up, but then I'm going to just tone it down so that I can get through it. Because as we get into this routine, I'm going to try doing these taps with straight knees, but I'm not going to do the last half. I was not ready for that last week, and I don't think even with me feeling good, I'm not ready for it this week. And I did not straighten my knees on those taps. Still frustrating. I'm going to work on that a lot harder, guys, I promise. But I decided to change it up. Instead of doing a layout Takachev tap and a straddle tap, I wanted to do a Liukin tap and a layout Takachev tap. Because, if I'm doing an endurance routine, I'm going to do an endurance routine for my 6-5 routine. I'm not going to do it for my 6-1. So now I'm skipping the half talk and Zuli with just some front giants so that I have energy, because adding those 2 layout Takachev taps was very taxing, and I'm dead tired right now. And it wasn't, as you can see, I was so tired I still couldn't make a freaking Stalder, man. That's when I'm still not ready. So I'm going to keep this for my endurance routine for a while, because obviously I'm not quite ready, but I did feel like I did a good thing by doing the 2 layout Takachev taps. Now, rings is a special event in terms of you don't need much. And granted, that wasn't the greatest back up rise handstand, and this might not be the greatest handstand, but I'm working on fixing my handstand through the endurance routines, and that double-double was good. So I wasn't too upset with it being not so perfect. I don't think I need to continually grind. I just need to continually be mindful for those singular turns that I take for the oncoming weeks, because it is only going to get better, and I don't need to break my shoulders for, right now in week 3, when I can slowly progress and just be more mindful in the coming weeks. And so now this is into my endurance circuit, where I can work on my handstand while I'm tired. And I'm not going to make you guys watch everything, but, it ends up being very difficult. That's the end. Now we're into the ring strength portion of the day. And I warm up with the Dream Machine. That's as far as I got last week. But I decided this week we're going to go a little bit bigger, since I was feeling kind of spicy this week. But, just getting the muscles moving, elbows flowing, and hitting my positions just so I can really segue into a little bit more intensity as I hit the next turn. Because I think last week all I did was 2 sets of these, and now I did 1 set and into the less dream machine. That's 35 pounds, and decided to warm up. Well, not warm up. I'm going all in right now with the Nazarian cross. 1 Maltese. Andre told me to lower it, and somehow I was able to actually control that. So that's 2 turns. We jump right into a Maltese, hold it, and let's go for the Nakayama for 3 turns. And that's going to be the standard for now. And now we are into floor. We're going to start with a good double full. Felt nice. I'm going to try a double full punch full, and really wasn't ready for that. Buckled on the punch and only did a tuck half. Superman jump because I had my steps all weird, and yes, that still does happen to Olympians. But I redeemed myself with a good double full, so check that one off. Finally got that connection down. And then just testing the waters from the Randy that we learned at the end of last week, and felt good enough. Didn't feel like I needed to try it again because I'm going to give it a go in the endurance routine. And the double front half went well. 2.5 layout felt much better. Still wasn't perfect, but we're going to try to make it a little bit better in the routine. So double front half, much better. We're good. Level 3 skill down. As we get into this routine, we're really just getting our placeholders in there. So 2.5. Do I finish the twist? No, that wouldn't have been a very good double front. So not yet ready to upgrade there, but maybe in the next coming weeks I'll have solidified that one to be a little more helpful into getting my double front down, getting the confidence to try it. And that Randy, not perfect, but doing it third is hard. And so having that soft landing, I figured let's just try when we're a little bit fatigued to keep our good technique. Still wasn't fully able to do it. And once again, I tried to, really push myself. I'm really pushing myself today because I feel good, but I might be biting off more than I could chew because I really suffered in quality on that double full. Double full, super easy, and triple full dismount, just gonna do double full, and we'll get there soon enough, guys. Triple soon. And it's P-bars time. And to start, we're gonna go with a good peach. And really not that good. Not that good. My goal right now is to get myself to push as far back and start piking my hips before I come through the bottom. And my head position's not doing me any favors right now either. I'm throwing it back as I'm starting to come up. But, we're going to kind of dive into that a little bit later. And based off last week's practice, I was trying to tell myself to stay tight so that when I hit, everything's perfect and I don't have all these segmented angles throwing me off. So first turn a little frustrating, but I'm like, all right, let's get it. Much better there. I kind of overturned that one and got loose. But, improved from the last one, and that's all you can ask for, that you're being mindful and you're getting better every turn. And then warming up, because last week we did some double front and double front half dismounts, and today I decided to try just the double front on the hard surface, and got the stick, but by no means was that perfect. And so we're going to do another little warm up, get the Hanma. Still not perfect. I'm going to do the drop cast in the next coming weeks, but just really wanted to make sure I've got good chest strength, because building up to that is going to be a big move. And wasn't the best Healy, but this is a big move, guys. The shoulders on the Tapelt, and yeah, that hurt. That hurt bad. So I was like, okay, we got one, we survived, but let's not push our luck and do another, and let's dive right into our routine. And that Hanma actually a little bit better. I still, shifted the hands a little bit. Not quite where I want to be in, terms of that being perfect. But as soon as that is when I'm going to do the drop cast. That Makut's timer was still a little sloppy, better than last week. So we're slowly progressing. Huge drop, but I just could not handle it, guys. I could not handle it. And I'm like, all right, well, let's just work these hands. Make sure the calluses are staying on. Giant, those weren't as crisp as I want them to be, but I also think this grip wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. So there's the front 1 1/4 timer. And I was like, all right, not ready for the to pelt. Let's just keep our reverse pirouettes. Let's really get those lungs moving, because we're going to try to get this stutz to be prime, because the end of the routine is the most important part. All the skills I do here are what matters. And actually, we did not go for it. Definitely was not feeling ready for it. I thought I was going to do it, guys, I swear. But no, I decided I don't normally do turns after the routine, but I'm like, let's try to be Japanese and really get that good pushback. But my head is still just coming out in a way that I'm not a big fan of. So this is good. This is good. I could be piking a little bit sooner there, but huge compression, honestly. And then here, I'm just already looking. Look at that. I tried. No. I was trying to keep my head in, but I can't ride long enough. I didn't know what to do with all that power. I couldn't control it. So I think I tried it one more time, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm done for the day. Now, we've been at a bit of a standstill on vaults. Haven't seen much progression. I love that layout. If only I could translate that into my vault. And so I'm like, all right, let's do the timer. Still not getting the extension that I want, but in my mind, I'm telling myself, wow, that actually does feel a lot better than what it used to. I tried getting a little more heel drive, but it honestly just took me further than I wanted to. I'm not blocking with the heel drive at the right time. And I was like, okay, that one actually felt a lot better. I was square. Let's try real vaults. And it was a horrible decision. It's just not translating well. I need to ingrain the drills a lot more, and I need a better technique. I really tried the heel drive there, but look how I'm always just coming off to the left when I land. Everything's being directed in the wrong way, and it was really just a lesson that I don't need to go to the actual vault quite yet. I need to take my time to make the drills better, and I know that's what I said I was going to do, but I get eager, sue me, I'm human, but I just wasn't ready for the big vault yet. And so this is the best I've felt all week, and I decided, let's stop with the endurance routines and let's give it a go. And so I was like, one more, not too bad. I'm definitely still feeling it, but let's see how far we could push it today, and maybe this could be our new baseline. I'm like, oh man, I really did not like that turn right there. Way too much stretch in the wrist. Let's try some one pommel circles, and just not able to get over that right arm the way I want to, so that I can extend and accelerate through the one pommel circles. So I'm like, let's try it again. I'm like, okay, now I'm defeated. We're gonna still give it one more go of a nice little sequence just to try to bring everything together. Like, okay, that didn't feel good, but we survived, and we're still slowing down, and the loops sold it. Yeah, I was like, loops, yeah, no, we're not ready for it. Let's go back to our endurance routine. I'm not going to make you guys watch it all, but I did it, and it sucked, and my wrist really wasn't too happy with me at the end of this day for pushing it as far as I did. It's Friday, it's 1-on-6 day, and we are going to start it off on floor. Good warm up with the back double full, and this back 2.5, much better. I squared my shoulders up a lot more. I probably could have done a double front out of that. And that was a huge double full, kept the elbows in on the punch, and was really patient on my takeoff, making me feel like I had plenty of room for that Randy to absorb the landing and actually square up. And double front felt good. It's giving me confidence for double front half. Voila, with a little, almost a stick. And so, warmed up everything, one and done. Let's get into the routine. And so I do want to say, nice stick right there, that I started taking turmeric today because I felt like after Wednesday, my body was a little beat up and my wrist just had more inflammation from that horse workout than I wanted. And huge layout right there. I think I'm ready going next week for that double front after what I'm seeing right now. But I used to take ibuprofen, the 800 milligrams before every practice for probably like 5-6 years through college and through the 2016 games. And I just hated that I relied on it so much. And so the turmeric is a healthier way to go, but by no means, I always try to be, all natural. But I was just like, I think I just really need to get this done. And, I'm embracing the fact that the turmeric is working because I feel phenomenal on this day. And I'm not going to be reliant. I don't want to get back on the ibuprofen, but I feel much more confident with myself taking the turmeric rather than the ibuprofen. But this was a great routine today, and I think we can build up next week. Now, P-Bars was a spicy day today. Look at that. I had a little air on that Hanma right there. I could have easily straightened my arms out, which, you know, we're getting better. And much more tighter, much more confident on that Makut's timer right there. And then, you know, warm the back up. Not a good peach. Not a good peach. Those have been my nemesis this week. Even though I'm feeling really good, I'm struggling to put all the pieces together. And, you know, I'm trying to get back into that deep push that really compress as much as I can, but just can't seem to figure out what to do with it all. And so, you know, studs felt good, and we're going to get ready for some double fronts today. So we're going to do the to pelt and see if it hurts more than it did last week. And honestly, felt great. That was just a very reassuring feeling to have. Like, all right, let's try another peach. Better than those little warm-up drills that I did. But still not perfect. The head's coming out too much. And you can see I'm now condensing my turns so that I'm not just, you know, I'm getting things done with efficiency. And this is what I'm going to do in competition, the same type of warm-up. Just so I can knock it out and not have to chalk up and wait for my next turn. You know, I'm trying to get closer to that competition atmosphere. And so now we're into the routine since everything was warmed up super quickly. You know, really just getting right to the point, and let's build that endurance. And so far, things have been looking very clean, very crisp. Let's see these peaches. Yeah, still not good. Still not good. And, you know, I think I'm going to have to really take some time to work on them on one of these individual days. But there's the front 1 1/4 timer. And now we're going to travel the bar and try to get this to pelt in there. I know it wasn't a good transition, but I'm going to take it because, you know, I'm tired right now. I'm exhausted, and I was still able to throw that shoulder breaker of a to pelt. And I got a little knees on that stutz, but, you know, I'm taking it for now. And let's try this dismount. I leaned a lot, but it was good. And we're into high bar on a very fun day when things seem to be flowing pretty good. Little knee bend still on that tap, and that's gonna get at me for a little while. I really need to crack down on it. And you know, I'm definitely mindful of it, that's for sure, but I'm just not following through with it. So, you know, I'm still just getting everything warmed up so that I can feel, you know, I've gotten my skills, the muscle memory going, and then we can start getting into our routine for the day. But, you know, condensing the turns still, really trying to make sure I can get, you know, the goal is to get down to a maximum of 3 turns warm up and then routine time. Like, that's what you're going to do in competition. I mean, in a lot of cases, it's only going to be 1. But here I am trying to be a little tighter on these casinas. I just want those knees to be tight. And let's slow this one down so we can really make sure. And because this was my best one, I'm pretty sure. And even there, I tried. And I kick, little bend. But then I try straighten it out through the air. Still not what I wanted. And it's like literally the only thing I say to Andre before. I'm like, all right, we're going to make the knees really good on this one. And so wasn't successful. We're going to sit on that one for a little while. But there it is. We have our first Liukin catch. I've redeemed myself from Wednesday. And honestly, that made my entire Friday. I was juiced for the rest of the day because of that. Because that was so clean too. And that's what I want. So I warmed up the Zuli and the half talk because I'm not going to do them in the routine. I'm just going to do my taps. And I tried being a lot tighter in my knees on these taps. Let's see. Dang it. It still bends, guys. Oh, it's gonna take a lot of work for me to fix this, but we're gonna do it. It's still early. And we're gonna put in the 2 layout to catch of taps. One for the Liukin, one for the layout to straddle half. And man, it's really showing me how hard it's gonna be to do this 6-5 routine, because that second Tkachev tap, it's hard to be so dynamic, but we're going to get there. These little routines every week are going to make it easier in the end. But yeah, I shouldn't have done that half talk. I knew I was too tired for it, and now I suffered in quality. You know, it wasn't a good, you know, the rest of it wasn't good. Like, luckily I made a Stalder finally for the first time. But yeah, it's, you know, I did the tap because I knew I wasn't ready. And now we're into rings. We're just going to stick with that second half. Yamawaki, back upright handstand. A lot more controlled. Still a little shaky on the handstand, but wasn't as jerky as it was on Tuesday. And, you know, much better pull on that dismount. So, big win. And we're into vault. And, you know, I have been very frustrated with vault as of the past couple weeks. But today, I had this mental breakthrough. And these still really aren't as good as I want them to be. And if anything, maybe I should just skip to the goods. But, you know, the problem I was having was that I was pushing to the left. And I kept going crooked on all my vaults. And so I tried making changes here to stay square. And I was like, all right, yeah, that one was a little bit better. So let's try that on the real vault. And I'm like, yeah, nope, still just does not feel good. Even though I'm square, it's not right. It's not what I envision it should be. So Andre shows me a video, and he's like, you got to do it like this guy. Do it like this guy. And so here's the guy. Here's the video we were watching. This is Daiki Hashimoto, and he is a young star in Japan. This kid's going to be a freaking legend. I know it. But look at the way he comes onto this table. His arm is like extended by his ear, and so he's going to push through. That front arm is very bent, which I was shocked. I was shocked to see that because that's something I've never tried to do. And when he blocks off that arm and kind of dislocates through so that his chest starts to face the opposing side. Like he's sitting up like he would into a handspring, except he's already done like pretty much like a half twist. And so then he's able to sit up and pull his arms through. And now he's like at vertical, and he's already done a full twist. So all he has to do now is just a back double full, which, you know, he does with ease. And so this is who I'm going to start trying to mold myself off of while we have this time to reinvent ourselves and reinvent our vault. But I'm going to show you what coaching is like with Andre and I as we're trying to figure this out. So enjoy. And so after that debauchery, we're going to try it out. And sure enough, it is not any different. Still falling to the left. But, you know, we're trying a little extra twist. Maybe I just need to wrap in. And I did feel like that was better. But, you know, I just need to go back to the drills and really focus on what Daiki's doing. And really try to model him. And so to end the day, we always got to do our horse endurance. And, of course, our ring endurance. So, nothing too new here. You guys know what the drill is, but got to complete the full circle of 1-on-6. And they both were very difficult, but we're getting in shape and we're going to get better every week. And Saturday is ring strength day. And I put 110% into Friday. So I didn't get to any skills. I was just way too drained mentally and physically. But the one thing I was lacking was really getting that burn just so I can go into the weekend and have a lot of time to recover. And so that's why I decided to make ring strength day on Saturday. So I can do my little warm up in the dream machine like I am right now. I think I just start having like some fun with it. Just trying to make sure everything's functioning in a way that won't hurt me. And, you know, it's not bad. It's always a good warm-up. I think I get about another round coming up. My face looks like it's in so much pain, but I swear it's really just like that one moment after. You just need like everything to stop contracting, and it's somewhat painful. But look at it. I decided to throw an invert in there, start working the backs of the shoulders. I'll never do an invert, but hey, I'm dreaming. So don't tell me how to live my life. But I mean, I guess I'm also doing an Azarian Maltese in this sequence. So, and to be able to pull out of a cross like that, that's a real dream come true. But, you know, just making sure everything's firing on all cylinders. And you know that this isn't where the day is going to end on ring strength. That's just the warm-up. Let's go to the 35 pounds and let's try this Azarian. You know, very slow. I feel like I could be a little more dynamic on that. But into the Maltese. Ooh, little low in the shoulders. I could flatten that out a bit. But we're getting stronger, guys. I'm taking way more turns than I did on Tuesday. So big improvements, and I seem to be locking in a lot better. Look at this. That's flat. That's a good Maltese. And Nakayama, money. And that will conclude our episode for today. We did a lot this week. Big pushes, a lot of level 3 skills. We're getting more turns on ring strength. We're combining our skills into sequences rather than just taking them by themselves. And we're getting stronger. We're getting more in shape. I feel more like a gymnast every week. And I was very happy that I was able to push a lot more this week. And we're going to have to really start listening to our bodies and find where is going to be safe going into this next week, because it was quite the push. But thank you again for tuning in. Hope you guys got a lot of great information and how you guys should be preparing after this quarantine. And hopefully you guys will tune in for week 4 coming out shortly. So thank you very much and see you guys later.